now that we're in the actually technically a little past the midway point of the season.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So you mentioned, well, yeah, I think there's like 26 games left, but we're about more than halfway done with the season. Playoffs is right around the corner. So a lot of teams are going to be looking to make that late playoff push. So I wanted to ask you guys, who do you think will make that last playoff push? Who will be fighting for the play-in tournament? And what team, obviously we all know what Kaine's going to think, but what team do you think has the best chance of making the finals now that the trade deadline has passed and roster is now officially locked in and constructed? So who wants to go first, Kaine, Kyle, or Gabe?
Yeah, Gabe, you take this one.
Honestly, this would be me just shooting for the stars and being a super fan. I'm a super fan of the Mellow Boys, Ball Boys, sorry. And if like the Hornets could do something, that would really look good on those young boys. Like they're breaking records, they're helping teams, they're doing different things. Dad did different things. So definitely want to see those boys definitely playoffs.
Ooh, so they would be knocking the Nets out of the 8th seed up in the case. Werls, how do you feel about that? That's a betrayal.
I think
Judas.
well, you guys got me on the show, man.
well, listen. I don't even think that the Nets are going to definitely move up in the seedings, in my opinion. Once Ben Simmons, is able to play, overcome his mental issues and whatever, and he's ramping it up. KD's going to come back, and the man is going to be lifting. So Kyrie looks like he's going to be full time again, which is congrats, Kyrie. Love to see you back out there. But if that's the case, the Nets will not be in the 8th seed, and if they are, let's see, they would. If the season ended right now, the Nets would play the Heat. They will knock them out in 6 games, I believe. So,
the Nets would knock the Heat out in 6 games.
Yep.
He said that. You said that.
Hold on.
Wait. As things stand right this minute.
As it's if the season ended today and everybody was healthy playing, Kyrie was there, Simmons was there, whatever.
Everybody was healthy.
And you gotta have people playing. I mean, come on, you can't have no Kyrie and no Simmons and no KD. I mean, obviously we're gonna lose.
Ben Simmons is there. Ben Simmons is there for defense, and as it stands, the ban hasn't been lifted. So
okay, but if every team just keeps losing games right now, and we head into when the playoffs start in April, listen, this would be
if
the rock.
You said if every team starts losing games,
if every team just lost every single game, and we just kept this, if we kept this, we'd be like, you know what, we're not gonna play no more games until April. Everybody get healthy. We'll see you in the playoffs. Oh yeah, the Nets are whooping the Heat's ass. 6 games easily. It's not even a debate. Kaine, who on Miami is going to stop KD from dropping 50?
The entire team.
The entire
team? Nobody's trying to go up against KD one-on-one here, bro, but nobody will ever say that KD can win the Nets a championship by himself.
So we're stopping Kyrie too. You got both of those guys who could go.
But that's a huge if, brother. Like, that hasn't been done yet. You know what I mean? That's not a signed deal. Like, the Nets have to win 7 games and what, the right? 7 to 7, right? The Nets have to win 7 games, and then the Heat have to lose 7 games out of these remaining 26. And that's as things stand. If you're saying like, oh, everybody healthy, band lifted, Kyrie plays all game. Because right now you have them winning in 6 when Kyrie can't even play in 3 of those games. I mean,
so let me.
But hold on. They would still have home court advantage. That's the thing. If the ban was not lifted, they would still have home court advantage. Not home court, excuse me. They would be away. They would have away court advantage, which would be in favor.
That's not.
Yes, it is. Oh yes, it is. Hold on. In the net situation, what they're currently in, it is. It's called away court advantage.
They have home court advantage because they're the 1 seed, bro. They have home court advantage.
Okay, but hold on.
All right. The Nets would get to play 3 games away, right? So even if Kyrie played all 3 games and they won because of Kyrie, they'll play 4 games away.
They'll play 4 games away. Miami will have 4 home games. The Nets will only have 3 home games. So that's why the Nets home. It's the Nets home / away advantage.
Okay, I take it back. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you're saying that Kyrie would be enough to walk into
to walk into Miami and put
Miami
the brakes off them.
Well, I think I'd like to chime in with something that everybody seems to be overlooking, which is if it started today and the Nets are in the eighth seed, even if they did get past Miami, there's 2 more rounds. You think they're going to make it to the finals?
Yeah.
You think they're going to work their way past all of those?
Hold on, time out. Okay, hold on, time out. So again, we have to say when everybody's healthy, we just doing a hypothetical if the season ended right now. There's about a month and some change left. So we got a good 26 games left of basketball. Anything can happen. All right. So you said they got to get past the rest of the rounds. Okay. Philly has to get acclimated with Ben Simmons and not Ben Simmons. Philly has to get acclimated with James Harden and Joel Embiid. We don't know how that's going to work out. We've seen how
do
James
we know
Harden
how Ben Simmons is gonna? You know how Ben Simmons is gonna work out either.
Yeah, we don't. But
you
I'm
think
saying,
it's a coincidence that they signed Goran Dragic? You know, I mean, you know, they had like 1 point guard. Now they have 5.
Defensive player.
He's a defense. Yeah, you don't need him for offense, but what Harden is needed for offense. He has to score to be effective because Harden's not going to give you anything on defense. So you got to see what Harden and Embiid are going to do, how they're going to look like. And they only got 26 games to figure that out. Everybody think, oh, the pick and roll. Well, we've seen Harden couldn't figure out with Russell Westbrook, with Chris Paul, with Dwight Howard, with John Wall, couldn't figure out with KD, couldn't figure out with Kyrie. So it was like you give him his 8th superstar player and you all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, Philly's going to come out the East. Yeah.
So you got the Nets. You got the Nets taking the East?
No. The Nets will make the Eastern Conference Finals. I got the Bucks coming out. The East.
All right. I was going to say because there's still the Bucks and there's still Balzac out there. You know,
Listen. I am a knowledgeable fan. I'm not like other fans on here who just spew stuff because they're biased and they don't. You know, I'm not going to point at anybody.
I hope you're not talking about me because, like I say, you know, at the end of the day, I'm speaking.
No, not you.
Well, wait a minute. Who else?
I'm talking about you.
So who else is there? Because
there's only 2 other guys.
This is the first time Gabe's visiting us. Yeah, I mean, you're not pointing at a crowd here.
I mean, listen. And when I'm a fan, okay, at least I'm realistic about our expectations. I'm not like other people.
I'm very realistic. No. I never said that. Listen. I think it's a good thing that we record these things because we could always go back and see exactly what everybody says. And I stand by everything I said, and I know what I say because I don't talk in my sleep. So,
like the Knicks will win it all.
I never said that.
He never said that. I don't think.
Never said that.
I know. Well, I mean, you did have good prediction for the Knicks to go far, but that hasn't lived up to hype.
Now, what I have said multiple times before the season even started is that the Suns are going to take it off. But I mean, I'm in a really good arguing position right now, so. You know what I mean?
Well, CP3's out the next couple of weeks, so that you guys might slip down in the standings because CP3's out for what 6 to 8 weeks with that hand fracture.
Yeah, that's all right. I am concerned about that. I am. I'm not gonna lie about that. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. But I mean, last time I checked, the Warriors were 6.5 games out of the top spot. So
yeah, they had a bad road trip, but
yeah,
I think they'll be fine.
Okay, so hold on.
They'll come in second.
I'm looking at the Suns' next couple of games without Chris Paul. At the time of this recording, playing the Pelicans, which they're beating them. They have the Jazz next, the Blazers, the Knicks, the Bucks, the Magic, the Heat, the Pacers, the Lakers. They can hold some of those games down without CP3. I see them losing to the Bucks and Miami possibly because those are 2 very good teams, and having a veteran point guard could definitely elevate you against those guys. But
isn't Cameron Payne out also?
I believe so.
Yeah,
but they're gonna have to go to their bench really deep. Yeah,
Elfrid Payton. Which
we'll see.
I had no problem with Elfrid Payton, but that's another story.
My predictions, because we're talking about how things are today. I'm not gonna wish CP3 was back. You know what I mean? So we gotta say how it is today. We got a nice cushion in the West. We'll see.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good thing he got off to a roaring. He had a great season so far.
Oh yeah, no, really good season. Really good season.
But Gabriel's grinning a lot, so I'd love to hear what he
Well, he's
feels.
laughing at the hate. He's laughing at the hate that you guys.
I know it's really it's
Like
it's
you guys
very
said, we're
palpable.
halfway through.
Yeah, it's the hate. I can feel it through the camera. It's the hate. I feel it.
Very palpable.
Mhm.
You know, hold on. You
I
know,
gave you Bulls love. You ain't gonna give me nothing in return.
I know he hasn't even
yeah, that's
champion.
well, hold on. But before I have to chime in, I was the first person on here that hopped on the Bulls bandwagon. I said, watch out for Chicago. The addition of DeRozan and Lonzo was going to be key.
When the Balls Act came together, yes.
Yeah, when the Balls Act came together, I said that. I was like, watch out for the Chicago Bulls. And nobody wanted to listen to me until now. So I'm just going to pat myself in the back. Go ahead.
Like you guys said, it's halfway through the season. Honestly, it's anybody's game, really. Somebody could just get injured, and that's it. Your favorite team is out. So,
and not only that, but when you're in the playoffs, anything could happen. So, hey,
true. This is true.
It comes down to the players that are really good at crunch time. Like, who are the players that are killing it the last 2 minutes? And those are the ones you're gonna ask yourself.
Yep.
They're gonna be in the finals, crushing it.
Who's closing?
And I like that point, because my point about the Suns is it's like, losing CP3 was huge, but it's not like he was carrying us. Like, no one player is carrying the Suns. You know what I mean? The Suns are like the Heat in that sense. You know what I mean? It's a team. So
that's gonna be a hot finals.
But Kaine,
Suns and Heat.
Kaine, I feel like CP3's presence alone and his leadership in the locker room. Because again, I don't want to get off topic, but I feel like Chris Paul should have won the MVP last year and the MVP when he went to OKC. Because when he went to OKC, because it's like when he goes on a team, they get so much better. Like the Suns didn't even make the playoffs 2 years ago when they were in the bubble. You add him, they were the top seed in the Western Conference and the top seed in the Western Conference again. And it's like, we can't just look at, Chris Paul is not putting up these outrageous monster numbers like 30 and 15. But his presence, his value, that's what value is. Like, what do you bring to a team that doesn't mainly have to stagger the box score? And he brings a lot to the Suns.
True. I mean, we do have another veteran in McGee. So hope, you know what I mean? Like, we'll see because McGee's got experience going deep in the playoffs. Let's see if, you know what I mean, he can fill in at least some of those things. But I mean, we have a deep position in the West right now. We'll see. But I mean, I think the conversation to have is on the East right now.
Yeah, the East is on deep.
Welcome to DJ. Please scan your membership card.
The East is deep.
Who do you guys think is taking that out of the East?
Oh, who's coming out the East?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the bias in me will say the Nets, but I don't think that's realistic. That's just me being biased. I think it's gonna be the Bucks again. It's gonna be Bucks, Nets, Eastern Conference Finals. I think the Bucks will win again because again they've been together. Giannis is MVP conversation again. I like the addition of Serge Ibaka. Gives them another defender down the paint. I believe maybe Brook Lopez might be out for the year because that's the only reason why they had to get him. They need another big body who could stretch the floor, and they have championship experience. So I got the Bucks coming out the East. But, oh, my God, the road that they got to get to the finals. I mean, they could meet the Philly. They could meet the Philly in the way. They could meet the Bulls. They could meet the Heat. Even don't sleep on the Cleveland too. The Cavs is a really good team. Yes, they're young, but they got something brewing up there in Cleveland, man. They just got Karis LeVert in the trade. Jared Allen's gonna be down there in the paint. They got Evan Mobley, who's probably gonna be the rookie of the year. Hopefully, Colin Sexton comes back and they sign him to a long-term deal. But Cleveland's got a bright future. Do not sleep on Cleveland. I think they'll get bounced out the first round, but that team is they're gonna have some problems.
You just slept on them if they're gonna get bounced out the first round.
But look, okay, if they're 4 and 5, look, 4 or 5, the Cavs are 4. They're gonna go up against the Bucks. You think they're beating the Bucks?
No, you're just arguing with yourself right now because you said don't sleep Cleveland.
No, okay, but
I'm sitting here nodding like,
but I'm saying they will.
And then you say they're gonna get bounced out in the first round.
Okay, but I'm saying they will make it tough. It will be a 6-7 game series. That's what I'm saying. Don't sleep on the team because you can't expect the Cavs to go to the second round when you got Philly's gonna be there, Chicago, Miami, the Nets, Bucks. I'm just saying they will make it a tough first round, but in the future, give it 3, 4, 5 years. that team is going to be a force to reckon with.
I do agree with Gabe coming out of the West. Real quick, Kyle, before you speak, I do agree with Gabe coming out of the East. I think the Hornets are a sleeper. Yeah, so I think that's possible. And with that, he left. Oh, okay.
And I feel, I feel like everybody is overlooking playoff experience. I feel like, just because you're a young, hot team during the regular playoffs are a whole different animal. The game slows down, and sometimes a player can't slow down the game for, the game doesn't slow down for the player. I mean, they're going to go in there. Yeah, they're professionals, but they're going to go in there wide-eyed, and they're going to, and I feel the same way about the Hornets. The Hornets could make the play-in, or they could make it as the 8th. But we're talking about playoff experience that some of these players, some of these teams don't really have collectively. Maybe 1 or 2 players per team, but overall, that is the difference maker after talent. So
who you got coming out of the East?
Me, honestly, I don't see Miami falling too far. So that, but as far as I can go, as far as saying the conference finals, I'm thinking honestly, Bucks and the Heat. And we're talking about the Bucks are only 2.5 games behind them as of this recording. So, I think that the Bucks will go on another run and close out strong.
No, not the Bulls though. I mean, they're tied for top right now.
Yeah, but I don't think that they would make these conference finals. I think there's going to be some kind of upset there because they're obviously going to I think there'll be a lock for the playoffs unless something astronomical happens. But as far as making it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals, I wouldn't bet on it, and I'm not a gambler. But other than DeRozan, who's been there,
and Levine too. Don't sleep on Levine.
Yeah.
How many times has he been to the playoffs?
DeRozan has some of that experience you're talking about.
I'm talking about playoff pedigree. I'm not talking about
playoff
talent.
experience. Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. What about you, Gabe?
Honestly, I'm looking at the East right now, and it's looking like anybody's game in terms of Miami, Chicago, and Philly. So I mean, I'm shooting for Hornets, man. Hornets. I'm shooting for the Net. I mean, listen, I'm really proud of the boys, like I said, and I've been following them for a few years now, and you can see that they've actually grinded their way to the top. It's not like they just like sat on their behinds and they went out their way to go travel. They went out their way. So these boys are definitely going to make a difference. Definitely going to make an impact. I feel, they definitely have to prove themselves not only to the world but to everyone.
I respect that.
All you got to do is just take off HOR, and then you have the exact team that you want.
Wow. How long has he been waiting to use that one?
You saw him being quiet like a cobra.
He's like, oh my God, I can't wait for my turn. Can't wait to say this.
You know what's funny? We remember the beginning of this season? We were, Lakers. Like, what happened?
Yeah. Both teams are in the 8th and 9th spot.
You mean the LAARP Lakers? Yeah.
What happened to playoff experience, Kyle? Come on now.
Oh, but but here's my other argument that I was just proving a minute ago is age-related injuries and minutes and so forth. Not everybody is LeBron, so
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, in West, it's either the Suns or the Warriors out of the West. You know what I mean? And I only am giving that because of Werls' argument about CP3's injury. I hate to admit that. I'm hoping McGee can step into that veteran leadership role, but who knows?
You talking about JaVale McGee?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, damn, you guys are pretty much saying, correct me if I'm wrong, that the West is kind of weak if it's only 2 teams that have a realistic chance of making it to the finals.
Well, who else would you get? Don't say the Lakers.
No, I'm not going to say the Lakers.
It's an insult.
They could go on a run. They could go on a 15 game.
Man, listen. They had 60 games to go on a 15 game win streak. It's done, man. I
They don't have 15 games in them left.
It's over.
I was being facetious, obviously, but I'm just saying, you know, that's what it's like in LA. Those are the diehard Laker fans who are delusional, who are like, you know, there's no way we could have a losing season. There's no way we could not be in the playoffs or hang another banner. That's a Laker fan.
I don't think any of you guys.
Memphis is solid.
You guys agree? I mean, you really think Memphis is gonna pull it? You know what I mean? Like up against Golden State or the Sun. I mean, like it's one of those two teams out of the West, man.
Well, Memphis has a really good shot at beating. I'm not saying they will. I'm saying they have a puncher's chance because they did beat them to get into the play-in last year. And then John Morant beat them. I think they beat the Warriors twice or once this year. So I'm saying they have a puncher's chance. I'm not saying they're gonna win, but you know, Memphis has kind of had Golden State's number. If you want to look at the last couple of times they played, John Morant has showed up and Memphis has beaten Golden State. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're gonna beat them, but they have a puncher's chance. So don't sleep on Memphis.
If you say that again next year, I'll agree with you. You say it this year, I don't. Yeah, I don't agree.
Because what, they need another piece or something?
I think Memphis does need another piece to get to where the like the Suns or Bucks or Warriors level. Yeah, I think they need another piece.
Yeah. What about the Jazz? Everybody just sleeping on Utah. Okay. Well, hey, I tried.
Play that jazz music.
I mean,
nice and easy.
About Portland, you know what I mean?
Oh, Portland. God. Portland doesn't even want to make the playoffs. Come on now. We could all get a squad that like play scrimmage with them and maybe scrimmage with them. I think at this point.
Portland, yeah. I'm being really mean tonight. I that's awful. I'm sorry. I am.
That's what makes the show. You have to be.
You can be Charles Barkley for the night. It's okay.
Yeah,
that's true. I'll let Werls be the bad guy again next week. Next episode
again.
I'll be Kenny, just with long hair.
With hair.
Yeah, just Kenny with hair.
He doesn't have short hair. He has no hair.
You don't talk about hair and then talk about LeBron. So.
He's trying to keep the hairline.
Yeah, man, I got to.
He needs to just bring it on home, man.
Yeah, man, you gotta just join the family. Just join the family.
Out here looking like a half-mowed lawn.
Oh my God!
He paints his hairline before every game. So.
Man.
Oh God.
Good one.
No, Wells, you come from my head, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm from New York too, man. We played the Dozens growing up too, man. Oh man. What else you got, bro?
God. Oh man. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, you guys, said 24 games left about roughly. It's gonna be a great playoffs. Can't wait to see everybody healthy. So that time of the year. Yo, before we go, we need to get a team rain parlay. So, we put in money in. I know we already know who you got, Kane, but we need to put like a rain parlay and be like, all right, who we got to win? We put $50. I'll put 50 on the Nets. You put 50 on the Suns. And
let's get the betting parameters right this time. So I'm not betting against two people who have the same bet. Okay, because that makes no sense.
Well, I'm the only one betting for the Suns, I believe.
Yeah, so, I'm betting for the Nets. So, Kyle, since your team,
you're betting on the Nets.
You put $50 on the Nets.
Yep, right now I'll put $50 on the Nets. No, because look, Kyle, Kyle's team has no chance of hell in making the playoffs, so he could pick somebody else as a substitute.
But his other team is the Warriors, bro.
Wait, oh yeah, that's right. He is a Warriors.
Yeah, he's a huge Warriors.
Actually, they got a good chance of winning the title. Never mind.
$50 up.
Yeah, I'm not putting. Yeah, they got a good chance of winning the title. Never mind. I'll take that back.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. You can't be two fans of
selective memory. Oh, like you are with the Nets and the Bulls. First of all, they're not in the same conference. And like I told you before, I'm never a bandwagon fan. Obviously, if I grew up a Knicks fan and I'm loyal to that all this time, obviously I'm not a bandwagon fan. I've been a Golden State fan for what is it now, 15 years or so?
Oh, shit.
15, 16. So
since
you
the
know,
We
and they
Believe
had their
days.
rough, and they had their rough stretch too. So you know, a couple of them since then. So I'm not buying that whole jumping bandwagon thing. And it's okay. It's okay to have a favorite team from each conference, right, Gabe?
Also, so I can have a favorite team for the West then too. Okay, I'm going with the Suns.
Oh, brother.
Welcome home, brother. Welcome home.
Oh, brother. That's just... whatever.
Oh man, but yeah. Oh, that was a good episode, guys. Thank you, Gabe, again for joining. Appreciate you stopping by at work doing this, man. That shows the grind that you are on.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Trying over here, man.
Mm-hmm. We
Thank
see
you so
we see
much.
you out there,
All I
brother.
gotta say is have faith in faith in the young ones, man. You always gotta have faith in them. Give everyone a chance is all I gotta say, because you know the young ones are coming up and they're trying to be the next LeBrons. And that's why when you ask me, oh, who do I have faith in? I have faith in the youth, man. Because I got kids, so you know, I have faith in my kids for something.
I
Somebody
like
do the
that.
same thing these young boys are doing, you know?
Yo, Gabe,
Well said, man.
If you on next season, I'll do the same thing in my mind that we just did with Werls. You on next season, I'll give you your Hornets easy money to have a high ranking in the playoffs. I'll give you that.
Gentlemen, have a good night. I'm gonna have to go.
All right. Well said,
All right,
Gabe.
man.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you, man. Appreciate the time. All right. And that was Gabriel Grande signing off. As always, Hoops All In is executively produced by ReignMultimedia. Go check out Reign at reignmm.com. Follow them on all the social media platforms. You can check out on the website, Reign Multimedia on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Subscribe to their content. As always, Werlins Francois, Kaine Legacy, Kyle Anthony, signing off for another episode of Hoops All In. Everybody stay safe. Peace.
Peace. Thank you.